Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our next speaker, Manish.
Thank you. My dear friends, thank you, and we look forward to having a beautiful experience together. There is a really beautiful colloquial tradition in India. I'm sure all of you have read the palm, you've done some palm reading to be able to know what your future is all about. But no palmist ever reads the hand of a yogi, because they say that this person has taken their destiny in their own hands. This is what we are here to do in biohacking. We are here to take the destiny of our lives in our own hands. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. Can we start with that as our main topic? We want to take our own destiny in our own control. For that, there are many biohacks. I'm going to share a few from traditional wisdom. If you were to lock yourself in a room or a cave for 40, 50 years of your life, you would know everything about your body and mind. People have done this. The great yogis have done this. And this is the longest research into the human condition for the last 5,000 years. We can gain a lot of their insights in our modern life. Shall we start with a couple of easy biohacks? The first thing is sit straight. Today we see this in the neuroscience lab. As long as your back is straight, you can never be depressed. So the back has to be straight. You know this? You've never met anybody who comes like this and says, I'm very depressed. Yeah? So just keeping the back straight means that you can never be depressed. So let's do that for the next 20 minutes. Another lovely biohack is how do I focus? Now my body is straight, but I want focus. Today a lot of us are having trouble in life because my partner is telling me something about life, but I cannot listen to her, I cannot listen to him. My mind is somewhere else. I need to find a simple hack to be focused. And that hack is just to slow down the breath. So let's try this. Can we all take in a slow, deep breath? And now, can we hold the breath? So when you hold the breath, you find that the mind is blank. And very slowly begin to exhale. Friends, you'll be amazed, and you can try this at home. You cannot thread a needle while breathing. When you need focus, the body stops the breath. So most of yoga and biohacking is reverse engineering. When focus is needed, the body stops breath. Therefore, if I stop the breath, I will reach that state of focus. So for the next 15 more minutes, I want you to breathe really slow. I mean, not that I want you want to do it. You want to breathe really slow. So inhale, hold the breath, and when you hold, you're really here. And slowly exhale. Before we get into more and more discussion, I'm going to give you one more hack, and then we get into our subject. This is borrowed from the Sufi tradition, where you can try this now, smile. And when you smile, you cannot think. When you smile, you cannot plan, neither can you regret. You're right here, right now. So for the next 15 minutes, just smile. If you find it difficult, just fake it. As soon as this happens, and we see this in the neuroscience lab today, that happiness is something you experience when the face is smiling. It's very, very important for us because everything we do in life is to feel a certain level of happiness. I want to go on a holiday, I want to do an entrepreneurship, I want to marry someone so that I'm happy. But what we see in the lab is that when the face is smiling, you perceive that you're happy. So it's got nothing to do with those big goals. It's got to do with your presence right now. So let's try that. Just keep a smile on your face. Now, let's understand the subject. As hackers, we want to ensure that we are happy when we want happy. If I'm happy by random choice, then some reason, maybe I saw a sunrise, I felt happy. But if I want to be happy when I want to be, I need to hack my day-to-day life. Is that okay? We all know the same things for thousands of years. There are just 4 things which gives you a sense of energy. And we look at hacks for each of those 4. Sleep, food, movement, and meditation. Every culture has done this. The great Chinese tradition, the great Egyptian tradition. Everybody has done this. I'm presenting from the great Indian traditions. So the first thing is, I need to know who am I. Friends, let's just take one moment. Can you really be happy if you don't know who you are? Today, I think that I am the body. Someday this body is going to go. I may hack myself so that I stay fit for a long time, but it is going to go. Now when I get a backache, I feel suffering because I've identified so much with my body. Is that okay? So I want to find something in me that is beyond suffering. Then I start to focus a lot on my mind. I focus on my success. At some point this intelligence will go. This memory will go. This creativity will go. I can extend it, but it's going to go. If I don't find something in me that is not going to suffer, I will suffer. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yes. Throughout history, this is what we have searched for. Is there something in me that will not suffer? I can extend my capabilities, but they're going to go. So what can I search? What do I search? Today, we find with AI, we are telling ourselves that Manish is just his memories. Therefore, if I put it into a device, and that device is powered, when my body goes and dies, Manish continues. But is that Manish? It is stored in a hard drive, but is that you? Today, you can put a small little injection, you can inject dopamine. And when I put in dopamine, I feel happy. Is that happiness? Friends, raise your hand if you think that is happiness. Nobody? Good. We are in the right audience. Thank you. You can put a little bit of chemicals here and there. Is that really happiness? Maybe not. So the question then is, what constitutes happiness? And we find that there are different purposes to life. One purpose is love. If you have not experienced love in life, you will regret on your deathbed. Yeah? If you haven't experienced love in life, you still have time. The second purpose is success. If you haven't experienced success in life, you will regret. Work on it. The third one is to fulfill your purpose and destiny, to serve people. If you don't do that, you will feel some regret. I had this ability to help people, I didn't do it. So we have a chance to work on that. And the fourth one is a sense of liberation. And before I get into simple biohacks, let's all ask ourselves, wouldn't we like to be liberated? You can be healthy, but when you see somebody who's free, you know that something is missing in your life. Is that right? Yeah. Please raise your hand if you've seen somebody, maybe an old auntie dancing, but you can't. Or you've seen somebody just singing, but you're so stuck up. Hasn't it hurt us? Please raise your hand if you've seen somebody freer than you and it strikes you with all my success, I'm not free. This is our art. How do we become free? For that, we need a higher level of energy. When I'm energetic, I'm loving. When I'm low in energy, I'm jealous. I'm irritable. Right? How do I maintain this? So the first was sleep. To be able to sleep well, we have in the yogic tradition something called yoga nidra. And today's science tells us 1 hour of yoga nidra is 4 hours of normal sleep. It's very important to understand yoga nidra. You can do 20 minutes at night and you will sleep like a baby. You can do 20 minutes in the afternoon and have 2 days. Just work till the afternoon, take a power nap, and again, biphasic sleep. It's very important. All athletes, all top performers, prioritize sleep. Please add yoga nidra to it. 20 minutes, game changer. The second pillar we said was food. Now, in the tradition, you look at which food can easily be assimilated to match your body's DNA. A complex organism, you will find it difficult to assimilate into your body. A simple organism, you will find easy. Today, all of us know that we eat plants or animals because the plant processes the sunlight, photosynthesis. I cannot do it, so I eat the plant for that. Therefore, understanding how you get the energy, it's not coming necessarily from the plant or animal, it's coming from the sun. It is coming via the food into the body. So understanding that will change your relationship with food. Nobody needs to tell you what to eat. We cannot be so lazy that somebody has to tell me what to eat. That curiosity to know what suits me is the journey we are all on together. Is that right? Yeah, biohacking is that. You're taking responsibility for your condition. Experts can help, but essentially when you take responsibility, you know what food suits you. Just remember that the food, the energy is coming via the sun. Accessing that is very important. The next thing is that you need to have a system that can digest the food. In the yoga tradition, please ask anybody how to do Vaman Dhoti. You drink a little bit of water with saline, you regurgitate, you will clean the alimentary canal. You drink more water and you sit on the pot and you cleanse out the colon. We call it Laghu Shankha Prakshadan. For 5,000 years, yogis understood that the gut bacteria, the gut health is important for emotion. Today we know that more dopamine is secreted here than anywhere else. A phenomenal research, they took out the bacteria from a depressed person, injected it into mice, the mice got depressed. So depression is not just here, it's mainly to do with the gut. Today we call it the GI nervous system. So just cleansing this is very important. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can do it at home once a month by consuming water and by cleansing the system. If you don't know how to cleanse the system, you shouldn't be playing with it. If you know how to cleanse the system, an occasional drink, an occasional cheap food is fine. But you know how to cleanse it. Is that okay? Yeah? So you're cleaning your system so you can play with it. That's a little bit about food. You shouldn't worry about the calories. You should be worried about the system that's going to digest the food. This is important. Is that right? Yeah. This, once you can do, then your relationship with food changes overnight. The next thing that we were looking at, sleep, food, movement, exercise. Now you need to know what, how to move. Essentially, the human body was not designed to sit for 7, 8, 12 hours a day. It's designed for movement. When you do certain asanas, when you do certain movements, you're pressing the internal organs so that your digestion, your life is smooth. This is very important to understand to get the right movement. If you can't, and you can do only one thing, dance. Yeah? A lot of animals, they shake to release stress. So if you have 5 minutes in a day for your body, dance. Just move. As soon as you start to do that, the stress hormones start to dissipate. The last thing I've kept so that we have time to discuss is meditation. Now, please understand that when you do meditation, it is just a question, who am I? It is not manifestation. I want the perfect partner. I manifest her. Now, I still don't know who am I. Is that okay? I want the perfect career, success and abundance. This is mental training. It's beautiful. But what's the point? Today I'm suffering here. Tomorrow I'm very rich, but I'm still suffering. Essentially, in meditation, you just want to know how this operates. That's all. When that knowledge is there for you, then you don't take this too seriously. Today the problem we are facing is that what we call life is happening here. Only here. And I think that this is life. And therefore, I'm in my own cocoon. And there are 8 billion people on the planet and I feel lonely. It's the stupidest thing. With 8 billion people, I'm feeling lonely. Because I'm only in my head. With meditation, you just understand how the body-mind operates. Every 6 hours, my body feels hungry. Every 17 hours, it feels sleepy. In the same way, every 3 days, my mind feels jealous. Every 6 days, my mind feels insecure. It has nothing to do with the person that you see and you feel jealous about. It is in me. This is the way my mind works. As soon as you understand that, then the jealousy cannot control you. You don't have to change anything, but you have to just know every 3 days it gets jealous. This, my friends, we define Yogis Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is the cessation of all of this. So when we practice yoga, it may be a little movement, it may be a little breathing, but essentially it is to come to this state where all these patterns stop. Then we can be in the moment. Till then, we are fooling ourselves. Now, as a last thought, I'm going to leave you with this, friends. If you're sitting and having your coffee and dreaming about your holidays or thinking or regretting your college, it's okay. Till the moment comes when you realize that me, you, woke up today morning, this is the greatest gift of life. 150,000 people die every day. We have woken up today. If this is important to me, when I'm having my coffee, I want to be present. If it's not important, then yoga, not not so important. If you feel that today is so valuable in your life, it's a great gift, then you want to hack it so that you can be happy when you want to be and not randomly. My dear friends, thank you so much for giving me your ears. And I want to close out with this one thing. Can you please smile, look around the room, smile at people. It's the most beautiful way of starting a day. Thank you, friends.